travel with me. Hey fellow humans, Mina here. Welcome back to another drive-in talk and another spoiler-free-ish, vague book review, because that's what we seem to be doing now. And this is a book that was all over TikTok last year, and so I got it and I read it and I loved it. Is it the perfect read? Probably not, but I still loved it. And what book am I talking about? Yellowface by R.F. Kuang. What a wild ride. There are so many good quotes in this book that I agree with. And just to let you know, the book is basically about a white girl named June who is besties with the Asian girl named Athena. Athena dies. That's not spoilers. It's literally on the back of the book, and it's like the first chapter. And June goes around and finds a manuscript that June wrote, because they're both authors, except Athena is like super popular and June is not. And she finds this manuscript, she's like, damn, this is good. And so she takes it and then she edits the shit out of it and, air quotes, makes it her own. We'll get into that. And then she gets it published, and now she's a popular author like she always wanted to be. But yeah, so let's get into the review of sorts. June was kind of a dick most of the time, not gonna lie, but I still wanted her to succeed. I desperately wanted her to succeed even more when something wholly her own, with something wholly her own and no inspiration from Athena. She was close to that with her sort of memoir, but then it seems like she never really finished it, which was the same shame. And hi Soren, I don't know if you can hear me out in the background. It would have allowed June to come clean with everything after a while, telling an original story, an engaging story. I'm not sure about the ending of the book, however. She says all the things that can happen with her new book, June that is, but we don't know for sure if it will ever see the light of day. That said, this book contains a lot of excellent, thought-provoking questions. Should people be able to write people who are not the same culture and race and tell a story that is not their own lived experience, provided it's not plagiarized? June makes an excellent argument about that, though I sadly forgot which page it was on to quote it, but I can totally agree with her. Yes, I am a white woman myself, but that doesn't mean I can't write people of color, which I have in my novel. You just gotta, do it respectfully. I wrote a story entirely on story entirely on white people because I'm white, then I'd also get called out for lack of diversity. So, as you can see, this book poses a lot of questions in regards to the writing world and who can write what and why. It's an excellent book for discussion because, if I didn't mention it, June is white, Athena is not, and Athena's book is always about like Asian things with Asian characters and stuff, yet June obviously is not Asian, but at the same time, the stories that June wrote were like kind of like ancient culture stuff. Therefore, it's also like technically not lived experience, but also at the same time, it is her culture. Whereas June, it's neither. But like, should she not be able to write that if it was an original story and not like taken and edited the hell out of it? Should she not be able to write that if she did research and respected it? Thought-provoking questions. Back to the story of Yellowface. Yes, June made her own story, but the idea of the skeleton of the story were Athena's, and therein lies the ethical debate. She took the story, a very rough draft, edited the hell out of it, added her own writing, completely made it her own, and used Athena as her biggest inspiration. But it was entirely her work, and thus you should have credited Athena as a co-author or something. What she did was wrong, and maybe also not. It kind of toes the line of right and wrong, more on the wrong side, though. As a writer myself, I loved reading about the publishing industry. I feel like this book had great insights on what it's like to be one of the offers who make it big, because not every publisher gets a six-figure book deal with potential movie rights and earns out their advance. This book indeed shows the hardship of being an author, and in general, I respect that. Though, if you're not in the writing world, maybe this book won't be as appealing to you because of all the publishing stuff, but since I am, I enjoyed it. I love all of the work Kwang put into making this book. It deserves all the recognition it received, and I highly recommend it. Probably an excellent book for some book club debates, too. How about you guys, my fellow humans? Have you read this book, heard this book? Did you find it on TikTok or otherwise? Let me know in the comments down below whether you agree or disagree with me. I'd love to hear from you. Anywho, that's all I gotta say for now. If you want to keep hearing more about stuff, be sure to follow me on all your favorite socials. Links below. Stay safe and take care. Bye!